Okay.
Okay.
Um, the very first thing is to set your router, power it on. The router has already been configured using the school name.
Okay.
The password is capital letter T trillium, but I use a single L.
Can you write it?
Yes, sure I can, but there is no pen here.
Take.
No pen there. Can I write it on the? Or rather, this. No, we are giving it to them. So capital letter T R I L I. I didn't use it so that it won't be as if at 2016. That's the password. That's the password. No space.
Okay.
As if you are writing an email. Have your pen back. So as soon as your server is connected, for example, I open my shared my network settings in order to connect. I already connected to the Wi-Fi. This is it. It's connected.
Okay.
Trillium stars. And so I need to change that name. That name is not correct. So next thing is to configure the network settings. After configuring, please view it properly. You can see the IP address assigned to the server.
Okay.
And that is how you are going to assign IP to that particular server you want to use.
Okay.
It has to be the first one after the router. The router picks .1 while your server picks .2.
Okay.
Now thereafter your terminals can pick any other IP like 192.168.0.5.6.7.120 and thereafter. Now the subnet mask will always be 255.255.255.0. Then the default gateway, which is a router IP, is 192.168.0.1.
Okay.
Then these you have to fill this as well. Preferred DNS server, which is you can use 8.8.4.4, but preferably use 192. That's the same gateway. .168.0.1. That is all.
That's
just
for the
click,
server.
Yes, exactly. Just save it. It's already there. That is why it's bringing that error. So after saving it, that means you are connected to the router, either wirelessly or LAN. The next thing is to turn on your terminal after connecting the entire cables like the VGA cord, the power cord, the USB keyboard and mouse, then the network cable.
Okay.
Then the next thing is to power it on. Let's wait for it to come up. Okay.
Good.
By default, this is what you see as the interface after the device has finished loading.
Okay.
The very first thing you need to do here is click on device setup. Then click on set IP of time synchronization server and type the server IP 192.168.0.2. Don't forget to save it. After saving, click on save again. Then click on network. Don't use DHCP. Use a static. Then edit this IP to 0 and any other number you want to. You can start from 11. Then edit this one as well to 0, meaning that this is a default gateway of the router. The IP address assigned to this device. then click on save and go back. Enter host computer's name or IP address. Preferably we use IP address for faster connection. Now this is the server's IP. Then click on auto connect to make sure the device is auto connecting. Then click on connect. Type it's not going to be happening like this all the time, but for you to first of all set it up, this is how you will see it come up. PC1 is the label of the number of PCs I have on this server. So like PC1, PC2, I have already used PC1. Let me use PC2 now. PC2, then my unique password is 1, and I am saving my password to make sure this device remembers every time. When it comes up like this, click on don't show this warning again for connections to this remote computer. Check the box and say yes and wait for it to load. Now it's loading to the desktop. Now for you to confirm that everything is working fine, we have to disconnect and connect again. Now it will bring this portal again, a dialog box. Click on don't prompt me again for connections to this, just connect direct. Yes, and wait for it to connect. So henceforth it will be connecting directly. You can see this is a previous page we left. It was still there, it never goes away. As soon as the server goes off, the whole thing wipes off. But in as much that the server is up, it doesn't go off. That's the advantage of using a main, like an example, you can use a laptop as your server, which has its own battery. It doesn't rely on UPS as a battery. So this, let me remove this. Sorry. This is desktop area, all the programs. I'm using Windows 10, so these are all the programs I have.
So now, how do you install the thin client to the server?
Installing thin client to the server. No, the server just has to be configured.
That's all. You don't need to run installation.
No, you don't run any installation. The server just have to be configured.
So now, how do we configure the Windows 7 now, the patcher? How do we use the patcher?
The patcher for this is just to use a universal patcher. I'll need you to give me a flash drive,
okay,
for me to give you that universal patcher, and that's all. Just the universal patcher.
You can pause this now.
Exactly, and I'll as well give you the NetTC rather. Let me do it. These are the files I'm going to give you. I'm going to be giving you. So I'm going to give you rather. Let me check. A moment, please. Oh, sorry, I can't view my Dropbox drive from here, but I can still check. Let me check here. Okay, universal, and next, let me copy a flash drive, please.
Okay.